Greetings, fellow adventurers and storytellers. Welcome back to Fail with Hope. We are on episode 4, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Episode 4 of our adventure. We had a great Q&A stream last week. We'll be doing those probably once a month on our week off on Monday evenings. Feel free to join us. Shoot us your questions in chat. We'd love to answer them and chat with all of you about the game, the world, the players, the characters, anything and everything. I know there was a little bit of confusion because we started that stream a little later than usual. I think we're going to stick with a 6 o'clock start time. But just in case, always check our social media. We try and keep up to date everything on there of when things are going live, including bonus streams that we're doing randomly, like when I decide to do GM prep sessions on stream. So all of you can help me build this world and the story. That being said, our VODs are coming off of Twitch, as I'm sure some of you noticed, and we're going to be putting them up onto YouTube very soon. Any of you that are joining us for the first time, you can catch up on all the antics and hijinks that happened in the previous streams.
You guys are getting hijinks?
Lots of hijinks. Lots of hijinks. So stay tuned for that. Probably, I'm hoping to get them up in the next week. I might do a weekly release because I have to edit them down a little bit just to get all the title screens and stuff out of the way. And last bit of self-promotion, if you're looking for a game, you need someone to run for you, you need a table, you don't have enough friends, startplaying.games, GM Josh, look for me. I'm happy to run for you anytime, anywhere, online. So, our adventurers began in the Kingdom of Tarkon, where Yvain was given his first official unassisted mission for the Convocation, a group of mages that help to run the kingdom to some extent, but also keep it safe from threats and malevolent magic users. He was asked by his guide, Clagus Thornfield, to help locate a friend of his by the name of Verlo Adesi, a fungril, who was last known heading into the Briarwood, which lies outside the borders of the kingdom. They managed to track him to a small village known as Glade Hollow, where a strange violence and rage seemed to be filling people's hearts. Speaking with Verlo for a little bit, he had mentioned some sort of outside influence on the fungal network that connects everything in the world, seemingly emanating or located at a place called the Clifftop in the Briarwood. So they set out to follow his path as he disappeared in the night. Trekking through the Briarwood forest, you discovered just how dangerous it is outside the borders of the kingdom, as a number of demons have assailed you through the Briarwood forest. Demons that are usually dealt with by the dragon defenders and kept at bay by the Convocation. Such dangers were so great, in fact, that one of your party members, Zira, the giant warrior princess, fell to one of these demons. And the rest of you had to kind of make the best of what you could and keep moving forward on the mission, obtaining her sharpening stone to be taken to the mysterious Whispering Stones that nobody knows where it is. You continued pushing on through the Briarwood forest, getting closer and closer, at least you hoped, to the Clifftop where Verlo had been heading. And as the landscape started to kind of rise up, heading progressively further and further uphill as you continued deeper into the woods, you did see signs of recent travel in the area and tracked some of those prints to a body. The body of Verlo Adesi, who had been slain seemingly by wild animals of some kind. And you managed to find his ciphered journal, a note inside of it, and a seemingly empty chest, which you soon discovered was magical and had an amulet within. And that is where we pick up with the adventure. The 4 of you and your new companion, 3 of you and your new companion, closing in on the Clifftop and over the body of this rogue mage of the convocation.
Everybody gets a hope.
Everybody gets a hope. You pick your numbers for strange magic stuff.
Strange magic stuff.
Whatever that feature is called.
Strange patterns.
I'll stick with 7.
Oh my
still.
god, thank god I didn't roll 2 1s this time. I might actually be able to help you guys this week.
How much can you heal? That's the healing
It's
thing, right?
it's like it goes on to people's rolls. So like if you roll something and you fail it, or like it's like a
It's
low
a pre-rolled
roll.
bless.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's a bless that I roll ahead of time.
Hashtag bless.
Hashtag.
So what's
Hashtag hope.
what's the hope bless number?
4 and 3.
Ooh.
Oh wait, I get 3 now because we leveled up.
Octavia's
And
And another 4, y'all.
Which, speaking of, you all are currently a progress countdown of 4 of trying to navigate the Briarwood Forest and get to Clifftop.
But we found Verlo.
Yeah,
Number
we're done, right? We go home.
That's the end of the campaign,
That
right?
is up to you.
Woo! Good job, guys.
Quest accomplished. Let's go back home. Report back.
Okay, see you guys back at city. I am go cry in woods then.
I'm a failure.
Oh, this really
Oh.
sucks.
We
Wait,
cannot go back like this. I am sent out here. We are sent out here. You are come with me to find Verlo. We are go back tell Clegis Thorenfield. Oh,
His friend
he
is
is
dead?
dead.
If you can even trust him. I mean, this kind of looks like maybe you can't trust.
These
Clegis?
are sent. That is not what this says.
Well, we don't
I
know.
tried to press the digitation on the note.
Technically,
So that-
right now, it does say that.
It
Can't trust Plagueis, but there's
There
stuff in between. But
There is,
technically,
like, how you are saying there are ellipses underneath blood part.
yes, yes.
You can't under any circumstances ever again
Alarm.
trust.
Bluetooth.
Yeah, ever.
Connected.
That could be the ellipses.
Okay, continue.
I tried to press the digitation some of the blood away.
Is it actually called prestidigitation?
It is.
Yeah, it is.
What are the effects?
You can perform harmless, subtle, magical effects at will. For example, you can change an object's color, create a smell, light a candle, cause a tiny object to float, illuminate a room, or repair a small object.
Okay. You send your magic out. What does it look like when you prestidigitate
Sounds
blood
dirty.
from parchment?
Like a soft wind that comes out and just sort of kind of tries to change the blood into kind of like a vaporous smoke coming off of the paper.
It seems the blood has seeped in to the paper pretty well, mixing with the ink. You pull away parts of it, kind of where it's already the thinnest around the spots that you had seen. It doesn't reveal much more. A few more words. The top line, something, 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 don't trust anyone. And the second line, something, 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 Clegis Thornfield, and you revealed a question mark behind his name.
So
That's
we,
helpful, right?
so we
Yeah.
uncovered anyone. Don't trust anyone.
There is. I am learned. There is a different subject to sentence.
Perfect.
Still, we don't know what it means.
Could
Something
be, don't trust anyone, probably not even Clegis,
Okay, something
Oh,
questionable
This
about
could be
Plagueis.
disembodied voice in air.
or maybe
But-
Clegis?
Well, that's
But
I mean,
also
narrator's
could be
talking
don't
to us.
trust anyone except Clegis Thornfield.
well. I
Question
mean,
mark.
this makes a lot of sense. Where he is
Don't
right.
trust anyone who is not sent by Clegis Thornfield.
I mean, this makes sense. He's in this place where everybody's going fucking crazy.
Duh.
So, like, yeah, don't trust anybody around here because people are
Yeah, but
crazy
Clegis
and
is-
anger and.
Like back in the city.
Yeah, but he
So-
might be like, my best friend Clegis said something.
Question mark?
This last word here, my how you are saying, my korizai? That my
Wait, what
my
is that word?
corisé.
Here.
Mi
It's a-
corazón.
This is a mushroom thing, isn't it?
That is what I
Fungus.
am wonder. He is talk mushroom network here.
Let me
Oh,
see.
the Rise?
My-
Mycorrhizae?
That is how you say?
Yeah.
I would like.
Mycorrhizae?
That's how we open the box.
What?
Right?
Was
Well,
that
how you
the word?
open the box is how you made the amulet appear in the box.
Oh,
The-
When you open the box,
Mm.
it seems empty, but when you open it and say mycorrhizae, there was the.
Duh, of course I remember that. That happened 5 seconds ago.
yeah.
But
Me too. I totally didn't forget my notebook with all my notes in it.
but you are think maybe there is other meaning to it. He is fungus guy,
Wait. What is
fun guy, if you will.
I mean, I don't know if he was really that fun of a guy. He
Yeah.
kind of like was a little nuts, and then he just took off in the night, and we just spent the last couple days.
That is
Day?
good point.
I don't even
Also,
know.
he is definitely not fun now.
No, he's definitely dead guy,
That guy, not fun guy.
not fun guy.
No.
What is the word again?
How you were saying
Mycorrhizae?
mycorrhizae?
Isn't that the network? So, is he questioning that in the note?
Only question mark that we are see is after Clegis Thornfield.
No, it's just the word that we used to open to get
Duh.
the amulet.
That's not on the note.
Don't trust
Word that
anyone
we are
that
using
isn't
is-
a mushroom.
Word that
What?
we use is mycorrhizae. We are used to open box or see what is inside box.
Yes.
But I am just wondering if there are any other thought. Maybe it is have to do with, I don't know, he is talk about fungal network.
Yeah, he talked about that. He said that there was something seeping in and moving around and infecting people. It wasn't. Was it in the network already?
There is influence on network is what he is saying.
Yes.
Oh, that's
The-
interesting.
Yeah.
The,
What else did he say?
I forget. I know we are just meeting. Your mission here, you are do what exactly?
I forgot. I don't fucking trust
Well,
you.
I was looking for Verlo and Essie, and
why?
I found him.
Maybe
So-
this is say don't trust anyone with wavy hair.
With pretty hair.
The
Why
hair
would
that
he say
is
something like that?
hair that is wave with no wind.
That's an interesting thing to say. That can't be what he said.
Maybe it
I don't
is
think that's what he
you
said.
No, why you say that, Jack?
How could you not trust hair like that?
Jax has a point.
I do not always have good experience.
No, I know you guys have a lot
A
of.
lot of people trust me,
You know-
when I have hair like this.
We used to be unified before you showed up, and now there's fracturing.
I mean, I don't know her, but like, I just don't blatantly untrust her.
Is only because she is hot.
I mean, yeah. Sort of.
Okay, this is hot girls stick together thing.
No, this is called halo effect. Halo effect.
I just don't not trust her because she's beautiful.
I am not trust her because she is beautiful. I am not trust her because she is show up conveniently in wood. Like not far from dead body of guy we are looking for with not much explanation.
I mean, pretty
of
far.
why.
We
I was
traveled
just
2
as
days.
far from him as you were.
We traveled 2 days to get here.
So you know
It is
how like
conveniently close.
no sigil.
Yeah, and you know what? I also planted a demon along the way just to be able to fight him. Yeah.
You are
To
can
be
do.
a badass in front of us.
Yeah,
Nah.
to get your
That
trust.
would be great way to gain trust of party traveling in dangerous woods.
And
so I
helped us.
probably did that. I also probably started the fire at the end. I also probably talked to Clegis Thornfield
you
and
were
told
not
him,
on
why don't
fire
you
at
guys
the
go
end.
out there and look
We
for
are talking
Verlo
about
and
fire
Essie so
at
that
the
I
end?
can come and help you
You
find
tell
him.
her about fire at inn.
She's being sarcastic.
I did see the inn after you guys left. That is
Right.
why I came out here to find you.
You are
She
following.
did
Yes.
not being sarcastic.
Yes, and I told you I followed you. Remember 2 days ago when I met you in the woods?
What has gone on?
I saw that
okay.
you were at the inn.
What has gone on? We are not know who to trust. Why you are looking for Verlo Odessi?
Because I just wanted to see if he knew what was going on in the area. I had heard that maybe he might have an idea of what it was.
How you are know him?
He works with some people that I've, known. So
When you
he's
were
just in a network. He's just in the network, He's connected.
LinkedIn.
Yeah, I saw him on LinkedIn.
What you are trying to find out about from him?
why everyone's getting a little crazy around town and stuff. I heard there's a lot of unrest going on up here, and maybe he might be the guy to talk to about it.
And that's what he thinks. He thinks it's the Mushroom Network. There's something in the Mushroom Network that's going through the Briarwoods.
Really?
Yeah.
The Mushroom Network.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So they're all kind of connected then.
Yeah.
that
Well,
big-
everything is connected to the Mushroom Network.
That has all of
Makes
his notes in it. If we decipher it, we'll probably have information on this whole demon thing because he was like obsessed with the anger and the rage.
Yeah, you guys better with like reading ciphers because I can't read this thing.
It is
Don't
kind
you
of
like read a
Swiss
lot,
thing, I
though?
think.
Yeah, but I like to read in the languages that I know.
Oh.
I'm not good at like making new connections with these. That doesn't make any sense to me.
I really only have abilities to recall knowledge, but I want to try to decipher this.
Well, analyze, comprehend.
I think this is something where, like,
This
you
is
feel
knowledge.
yeah.
it could be deciphered in some way. It would take time.
Okay.
This would be a very good downtime activity to track progress on.
I will, if you want help, I think you are maybe more kind of book wizard than I am, but perhaps I can lend hand.
I would appreciate it.
Okay. We are work together.
But so you told Verlo that you were sent by Clagus,
Duh.
and then he
Ooh.
left in the middle of the night.
Duh.
Well, they're friends,
Oh,
right? That's
Without
why.
you.
Duh.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Hmm.
What if that was why he ran and rather than being an idiot?
Also, the inn was on fire, and he was in a room full of paper.
But we had been told he left before fire start.
Oh.
Duh.
I would say as well, Yvain, Clagus told you, and you probably heard this among the convocation, as Verlo
His bit of
is
reputation.
somewhat well known as a researcher, that he's obsessed with his research. And like even in your conversation with him, he was like talking to you was secondary to him doing
Yeah.
his research. So he's kind of, and that's why Clagus sent you to look for him, because it was just like he was in the library doing research, and then poof, he was gone. So when the knowledge drives him, he follows it.
Also, we are maybe give him idea that we are trying to get him to come back with us to Sanctuary, and perhaps he is not the one to go back.
But we were going to go with him
To figure out his
We had
research.
agreed.
to figure out his research. There was no reason why he would go
He would run from us.
without us, unless maybe Clagus.
Maybe he is just, there are some kinds of teachers and researcher, they have idea, they have to go right now. Maybe
That
he
kind of
is-
was his vibe.
So-
have
was an
like
idiot.
how you say eureka moment.
Well, when fate brings you somewhere, you follow
could've
it.
left
So
us-
He's
Sticky note on the
fun
door.
guy in Beth, have eureka, I have to go.
Sticky note on door.
Yeah, probably he could. But well, I am sorry, your mission, you are to look for Verlo to get information. He does not have information for you now.
Well, it sounds like he left some information with you all, though. It's very interesting that he ran off in the night with this secretly secured amulet.
Duh.
have we looked at the amulet yet?
It is pointing in direction.
Oh,
This
to the
thing
mountain.
around spins pointing direction.
Well, it's the eye, and the iris of it is looking, whereas normally the symbol, the eye's looking straight ahead, it's looking off to the side.
Is moving or is it looking
So
up
like,
to
yeah,
one
when you
side?
move the amulet.
It's staying in one spot.
But if I remove
You
amulet,
move around a little bit, it seems to kind of swing.
Like a
like it
compass.
is, yeah, like compass needle. If I have seen compass, I don't know. Do we have compasses in this world?
Of course.
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
pointing in the direction that we are going.
It's, yeah, somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, depending on how far you are, it'll be, the closer you get to it, the more it'll swing, but it seems
Yeah.
to mostly be going in that same direction you're headed.
Well, whoever you are Dragon Defender or Dragon Pretender, maybe you are come with us, prove yourself again.
Oh, sure, why not? Why don't I just go prove myself again and again? If that's what we're doing.
Well, you could
Or-
just produce badge or like a little piece of paper that says that you're from where you say you are.
Or also you could just, walk like 50 feet away and wait for demon to attack again.
Maybe I put that one there too, if that's what happens.
Like, how are you going to convince Fungrel guy that you were who you say you were? Get him to trust you.
Well, I think that was for me to know and him to find out, and not really
See,
so much for you guys.
This is why we're suspicious.
It's reasonable. It's reasonable. It gives you guys a lot of credit for being so questioning of me. You know, you guys seem like you're doing some pretty thorough investigations and trust. So that's cool.
Yeah, we are in dangerous territory. Maybe not everyone make it back.
Are you threatening me?
No, I'm saying we have to work
Wow.
together.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
So you are out here with us. Try not to stab anyone in the back.
Okay. You do the same then. Yeah.
Okay.
Feel like that's fair.
Okay.
Okay.
We had a much better group vibe before.
We miss Zero.
Yeah. Who is this?
She
Zero you
was,
guys
she was
talking
the
about?
linchpin that held us all together.
She could see in all direction at once. No one could stab Zira in back.
This
Sounds pretty
conversation
cool.
would have been moot.
So,
She is in the pile of goo. Very sad. Several days ago.
in the twilight understory of the Briarwood, the deep canopy overhead blocking the sun, you can see it's starting to get even darker. It's getting into late afternoon, but here under the canopy it gets darker a little earlier. You probably could travel for a little while longer today, but you are closing in on the end of this day's travel.
Yeah, well,
So do we calm this
And-
puppy as well?
Possibly closing in on your destination.
Oh boy.
I am not sure we.
Should we follow this eye for a little bit and then see what happens?
Sunni is asked if we should build pile of rock over this body,
Like
but
we
I
did
am,
with the...
I am think he is not fall in battle same way that Zira did, and also his people. I think maybe they won't go back to Earth. I don't know.
I mean,
I
we
am
would
not
go back
familiar
to...
with customs of Fungrels,
He would go back to Earth inside of stone.
That is true, but
Maybe Sun would help him do that a little better, though, right?
I am not know. I am think
I don't
maybe
know.
we are.
Mushrooms probably don't like that so much.
What you are think? You are want to build cairn? You guys want to build cairn for furlough?
I want to think about what I know about fungrels and their culture and try to recall if they have any burial rites or anything that would be important that we should do.
You don't know any specific burial rites. It is known they do like to be buried, returned to the earth. Their organic matter given back to the soil. Burial takes a lot longer than covering in rocks.
Are there a lot of rocks? We're in the middle of woods, right?
It would take time to gather enough to cover a body, but there are rocks.
Is there, like, there's the forest floor, there's leaf litter, and could we take him a little bit off trail and mound up leaf litter, carve a name maybe in piece of wood, let everything go back to ground? It is appropriate, I think.
Yes.
Sounds respectful.
Okay,
Okay.
we are due.
Let us go.
It would, taking the time to put the body to rest,
Mm.
would basically eat up the last of your daylight for today, so you could look for a place to settle down and camp as well.
Maybe a place that we have conveniently cleared of leaf litter.
Gathered up some firewood.
Right.
Yep, you can definitely do that.
I'll do the name so I don't have to be rolling in the dirt trying to collect stuff.
I bet you have great handwriting, but no idea what you are right.
Back to the earth. That's what I write.
Only I am saying because you are saying about reading before. You are read things, but no, not retain anything.
Yeah, I already forgot his name.
Wow. That's fast.
Furlough. Furlough. Back to the earth.
Sounds like a theater title.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have made your camp here in the Briarwood, closing in on Clifftop. You hope. Keeping a watch, I assume. You do have, a day's travel still leaves quite a few hours to kind of rest and work on things at camp or have conversations should you wish to continue talking about things.
Interrogating Tulok.
So, can we short rest and long rest?
You could,
Okay.
but long rest pretty much clears everything.
Don't you have to pick stuff for
From the
both?
book.
You gotta work on a project.
You know?
Yeah.
What all are you
work
down?
on the book.
I'm just doesn't clear everything. It's
So
so
if you short rest, it's a D4 hit points. If you long rest, it clears all your hit points.
yeah, but it doesn't clear everything.
And then you can clear all your stress.
Yeah.
Or fix all your armor.
Or get help with it. I got lots of extra salve after doing my armor, rubbing it on myself. If anyone needs maybe some help with some scars or wounds.
Well, I'm good on that.
I think we are not fight today, is it?
Yeah,
I'm just
I
stressed.
don't have anything
don't have
wrong
anything.
with me.
I do. We
Oh, no.
fought that demon.
That was today.
That was,
Oh,
that
we
was
did not. I
No,
did not long
2 days
rest
ago.
since then.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You are now.
Maybe I just didn't fix it all.
Well, we are working on book. Try to decipher.
Okay.
Assuming
And
it's
it
big.
has
Work on a project. Establish or continue work on a project. The GM might ask for a roll to determine how much to take down on the completion track. If it matters, I think Suni is leading and I am assisting.
okay. This it's despite its size, it's kind of a travel journal. It is pretty dense, and you can see that extra pages have been added to it. So you can start deciphering it kind of in sections. I would say your first section is DC is a 6, so you'll be taking down a 6-sided die. If you are working together, Yvain, as Suni is leading it, you can make a knowledge reaction roll.
Okay.
So it does not generate hope or fear. You can use any relevant experiences you'd like on it, or any other features or abilities you have.
Okay. I critted with an 11.
Okay.
voice.
Yep. Which also happens to be my strange patterns number. So
Strange.
it's a very strange pattern. I gain a hope, I guess.
You gain 2 hope because you rolled 2 11s, right?
Yeah, but I was at 5 and now I'm at 6. Yeah, for a total of 22.
Okay.
When you crit, do you announce the total, or you just like I critted?
Yeah, you just crit. And
I just crit my roll.
Sorry, guys, I just crit my roll.
you also clear stress if you have any
I
stress
didn't have
marked.
any, yeah.
But that would normally give Suni a +1 on her roll with a crit. You get a +2.
Lovely.
I don't actually think it says that in the rules, but it makes sense to me.
I like it.
Sometimes you gotta make it up.
So yours is an actual action roll, so you will generate hope or fear based on your result.
Okay.
But you have a +2 plus your knowledge,
Alright.
plus any experiences or other abilities you want to use.
You probably have. I mean, this is world building, right?
I feel like.
Unless you have
Just
something
'cause-
more relevant.
No, it's Gambler, Prankster, and World Builder. I feel like World Builder would be relevant because you have to.
You're sort of imagining somebody else's world.
How they're thinking,
Yeah.
why they're doing the things that they're doing.
So you're using a hope?
Yeah, I've got plenty. Damn. Okay. Mm. 17.
With
With
the +2 from me,
Yes.
and your +2 from your experience, and your knowledge.
Yes.
And both the dice added together.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, well, it's 8 and a 3, so.
So 11 plus 6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
A 17 with hope.
Yes.
You can.
I had 4.
A 21 with hope. You can tick
We want to know what this is, so
tick
it's
the
for
die
both, right?
down by 2, so you'll be tracking your progress on this.
So it's a 4.
Yep. This is going to take multiple sessions though, so I would make a note that you're on 4 for this project.
My die is my note.
Okay.
For now.
Yeah, and it does take quite a few hours of the two of you kind of, and this first night is just kind of looking for patterns, looking for somewhere to start on how to decipher this.
And every now and then, like, there's just like tentacle marks on a piece of the paper, and we're like, oh, I think this is Octavia, the 8-limbed octopus goddess of it. She's saying, look here.
Fine. Cheating.
Oh, look here. I know.
Cheating.
There is no cheating. We are trying to learn. We are learning.
I'm going to de-stress myself.
Okay.
I pull out my bag, which I have started a macrame project.
Okay.
And as I'm just like not super stressed, but I'm pretty stressed, and I've been working on this macrame. I macrame when I'm nervous. So it's a brand new one. So I found a nice stick, and I start my knots, and just kind of let the knots create whatever happens.
This is really like a 3D version of Moonbeard's anxiety flowers.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
A physical representation of
Yeah.
weirds. Yeah.
I'm curled up in my shell and just watching Jax work on these de-stress knots, and somehow it's helping me de-stress. Sometimes I'm like, wait, why didn't you knot that one? But as a practice of like letting things go and roll off my shell, you know, I feel a little less stressed as well.
Cool. Exciting.
As
That's
you
what
do
macrame
so,
does.
Yeah.
It's my therapy.
it is very calming watching Jax work. And Jax, you're just kind of letting instinct take over and not thinking about it too much. And it seems a very abstract pattern of knots. But slowly, Tulok, you see from the other side, as it's working down, just as you feel relaxed and at ease, an image starts to form in the knots of 2 hands clasped around a throat.
Well, no longer
In the
relaxed.
knots.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not stressed. I'm gonna take my stress back. I do go over and Jax, do you? Where does your inspiration come from in these things?
I just kind of keep going until I finish, and then shows whatever happens. Why? Why? Is there anything?
Yeah, you turn it around, and there it is.
Does this happen often?
Yeah.
Were you thinking about that?
No.
Is no
I
one
don't
here
think.
thinking about like?
No, I don't think when I do
Choking.
this. That's the whole point. Is my art projects? They just do them, and Octavia helps me weave stuff. I don't. This is Octavia's knowledge coming through me. I don't.
You actually,
I'll also take my stress back.
as this is
Out of stress.
as this is brought to your attention, and you're thinking about it, and you're thinking about that moment of kind of letting yourself go and tying these knots, and you think back again to the needle point you had done that had turned into the stabbing dagger, and you start to recognize now that where normally you let yourself go and you can feel Octavia's tentacles kind of guiding you, it almost seems like there was a second presence there. guiding and nudging your knot tying as well. A presence filling you with thoughts of violence. And you look over and see Suni and Yvain working on Verlo's journal, and you recall him saying that he felt this outside influence on the fungal network. That something here in the Briarwood was exerting its will.
Start undoing the knots.
Which you do find very
Which
relaxing.
has also helped me relax.
It's actually the same string.
Oh, yeah.
You just unknot it like Penelope's shroud.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, no, I keep on do. That's why I have this string, and I don't need more because I just redo them.
I do lose the stress as I watch her undo it.
You become unknot.
I'm not
stressed.
Not stressed.
Right.
Yeah, the not stress is not.
Before we get to work on the project, actually, I realized, there's still some light, we could call this the prepare option or not, depending on what you think, but I would love to just examine the body and see if there's anything more that I can learn before we, sort of like as we're in the process of burying it, or
The
covering
animal.
it in leaves, whatever, like, anything we can learn about more, you can learn about how he died, who killed him, anything.
It was like an animal or something. We could figure out if it was like aggressive or just, I guess, wasn't going for food.
Yeah.
Are we camping with a dead body?
No.
Camping near a dead body.
Near dead body, yes.
No.
Weekend at Verlo's. Got it.
You, as far as the rest activities, you can say you're doing whatever you want and do the.
I also
gain
am
the-
realize
gain
as
the
I
benefit.
say that I am full on hope, so preparing and gaining hope not actually useful.
Not
So
being
would
useful.
rather learn thing.
I would say. You immediately find it strange that, despite looking like he was killed by wild animals, it doesn't look like he's been fed on at all. It just looks like a waste of resources.
Verlo not eaten.
And as that comes to your mind, you do catch hints and signs, and you tell me what it is that you see. But something about this tells you that this was extreme violence for wild animals. So what is it about Verlo's remains that calls out to you that, like, this was beyond just survival, beyond just hunting. This was violence.
70 stab wounds.
This is a little gruesome, sorry guys. But as we started to move the body, his like whatever kind of like fungal digestive system just
Viscera.
yeah, to the extent that I don't know, they're fungal, whatever. Just like fell out, and his had been like pulled out, or not had been pulled out, but like had been opened up. The whole like kind of abdominal cavity had been opened up, and like there were marks like on the organs themselves, as if something was rooting around in there, like making marks, but not pulling anything out. No bite marks, just claw marks, as if something was in there.
Frenzy without the frenzy.
Yeah.
And beyond just like he was obviously dead already, and
Very
the attack
dead,
just
yes.
continued and
Exactly.
continued. Perfect.
Great.
Gross.
Everything's working as planned. So, you settle in to your camp. Again, if you want to have any conversations in the night or in the morning of, feel free to.
I do relay this and to everyone.
What?
I am think you are not everyone is maybe want to see this, but whatever is kill him is not do it because he's hungry. something is not right. This is not how a wild animal
Yeah.
behave.
We probably should just bury him here and camp over there, because this looks like a mess.
Maybe we are, a little ways away.
Pile of leaves.
And did we find any? I mean, if there's an animal present doing this level of violence, there would be tracks or marks of something on the ground.
Yeah, you had seen some tracks around the area, and that's kind of what led you to it as well. But it looks like, at least for deep in the woods, this is a high traffic area. Something passes by every few days. And you didn't look any further as to where these came from or went, at least what attacked him did. But you saw other tracks heading down this game trail that looked to be other humanoid creatures.
We should be careful tonight. Take proper watch.
I agree. Same watch schedule as last night.
Vane Jax Tulok Suni.
Da? Okay. No stabbing in back.
You don't do it either.
Okay.
If you don't, I don't.
Okay. No magic in back.
Hey, Jack,
I
can I
promise
sleep
we
by
have
you
work.
tonight?
Sure.
Sleep by you.
Do you have? I forget where your weapon was. You had a sword, right?
It's a mace.
No smashing. No smashing in back.
Okay.
No macing. I don't know.
Crushing.
No
Yeah.
crushing.
Despite
smashing,
a
smashing.
few days here in the Briarwood, the constant sense of eyes on you, of being watched, makes it hard to get calm enough and relaxed enough to get a good night's sleep. But little by little, you each kind of doze off in your time when you are not taking a watch. And taking the watches themselves is even that much more kind of, you're on edge the whole time, feeling like something is watching you and you're trying to spot it.
This donkey?
Might be a donkey out there.
Weeshnaw.
Tulok, during your watch, in the middle of this, trying to separate the general feeling of being watched to actually being alert for danger. Off in the distance, muffled in the trees, you hear this. "Woo, woo, woo, woo."
That's not a donkey.
A few moments later, on the other side, still quite distant, there's an echoing. "Woo, woo, woo, woo." You recognize the call of Strix wolves.
Oh, I thought it was loons. Which are generally like wolf-like behavior animals.
Reasonably, hunting
Yeah.
packs, probably out in the night hunting through the woods.
That's awesome.
They seem pretty far off from your current camp. And after a few minutes, the call doesn't sound again.
Okay. Well, I just keep a closer eye, try to get to some like high ground so that I can see a little better of like rustling in the trees.
Clamber up onto a boulder to watch for a bit.
Yep.
Before your eyes start to get heavy and you know it's time to go wake Suni up for her final watch.
Suni, I heard some Strix wolves a little bit ago. Seems to be quiet now, but otherwise, you got the watch. I gotta back out.
Okay. Sit up. And I stay awake.
Tulok, as you try to sleep through the last bit of the night before morning, you are plagued with dreams that fill you with rage, that push you towards wrath. What are these dreams?
Well, I've been having the dreams about my brother not forgiving me. And I guess it's more fear than wrath, though. I think I also think of the day my parents left to fight for the kingdom and left my brother and I at home, and how mad I was at them for leaving for such a stupid purpose. Kingdom. Other people. No one cares about other people. We gotta take care of ourselves. And I think that's sort of my resounding thought as I'm waking up, is just putting myself back in that mindset of my parents left me to go do this thing because they thought it was better, and they left me, and they cared about everyone else in the kingdom more than my brother and I.
In your dream, you see the day that, at that point, King Dawson came to your house, greeted as a family friend, kind of took your parents aside to a sitting room where they were in conversation for a long time, where he started talking to them about his ideas of uniting the land and making everyone stronger together. But you just, even as a child, see yourself shoving him down, beating him until he goes unconscious, to keep your parents here, to keep him from taking them away.
Which is a lot more extreme than how I felt back then. So this is a very interesting dream to be having.
And all of you,
Touch that.
I focus in on Tulak because you all have had your chance to describe your rage-filled dreams, but the longer you are here, the more you feel this influence on you. The more your dreams don't feel like an outside, but feel like a part of you expressing itself finally.
We're all having these dreams every night.
Yeah. Almost want
You
to
have-
strangle you.
You have
Yeah.
normal...
Briefly considered it.
You have normal dreams as well, but these ones certainly stand out to you, and they feel like, when you think back on them, they feel more nightmare than dream. And yeah, the longer you've been here in the Briarwood, and it does seem to be the closer you get to Clifftop, the stronger it seems, and the more frequent it is, and the more the line between this outside rage and yourself starts to blur. So waking up in the morning, it's more than just like crankiness. Like, you feel angry. You feel like you want to take it out on something or someone.
I do try to remind myself of, the moments that I had a change of heart. Like, I try to fill my thoughts with more of the positive things to drown out the rage that's going on. Because there were significant moments that made me change from that thought process. So.
And it is not like you don't feel none of you feel yourselves like losing control to it, but it is kind of that thing of like you're having to keep yourself in check.
This is a mechanic question, but does it give us stress? Okay.
So I am getting a little bit irritated at her not giving us a badge or any kind of sign of like that she is legitimate.
I am just, I don't know why, who is really, why is she here? I don't know.
Also pissed off that mushroom type.
It is, this whole forest, this place we must struggle. We have to struggle.
I'm pissed off at this stupid stick that just keeps laying. I just keep laying on.
Crack, 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 crack. They snap it, snap it, snap it.
Okay. Come.
Yeah, see it like that. That is really helpful.
Yeah, who the fuck are you to tell me to calm down?
Yeah, honestly, why is everybody here so opinionated about what everyone else is doing. Can't
It's
you
a
just
network.
mind your own business?
It's a network and the rage just
Look, we all have mission. I am doing it. I am so angry.
let's go find the people that are making the rage and kill them.
You know, see, there's like a little bit of like lightning. There's lightning crackling around.
That is the best out. We save the forest, make everyone happy again, make us happy again, and we get to take our rage out on really evil people.
You start to hear thunder in the distance as you have your breakfast and pack up your camp. And not long before you set out through the woods again, the first fat drops of rain make their way through the canopy overhead.
Great. A rainy day.
Yeah. Little Olfak is like poke his head out. Good luck. He's bared his teeth at all everyone.
But to continue your progress on this rainy day through the Briarwood, you can let me know what challenges or obstacles are in your way and how it is that you overcome them to keep heading towards Clifftop.
Everyone.
I want to move.
So like at some point we are coming up, I think, towards this plateau, right? Maybe there's a plateau, I think.
It's hard to tell through the trees, but
Let's say that
the land is definitely rising towards
Right.
something.
All of a sudden, like, and so like we're sort of like in this like narrow, like we're kind of coming up towards like a notch in this like ridge line, and as we get up to the top, all of a sudden there's shouts and boulders start rolling down at us, and I shoot the guys up there.
Shoot the guys up at the top.
Yeah, so the boulders start rolling down at us and shouts, and I look up and see like heads poking up and like bandits up there shouting as and they start to like attack us and launch into combat, and didn't really think this through.
Surprise!
I got that far. Then we were being ambushed, and I shoot them with ice spikes. But
Now we get to have
as I was saying, I was like, this might be a little more elaborate than Josh had planned for.
I just had like
The
a
system is easy enough. I can
Yeah.
improv as we go. But I would say before we get to how this unfolds, make a spellcast roll.
Okay.
And you have the relic on your person.
I do.
So you have the +1 knowledge.
I do. It actually, the demi-plane is really nice. It just like I just like selected it and it added it automatically. And I was like, why am I +4? Oh, right. I think that I react quickly with my battle mage training here. So I will spend a hope to do that. I can do math. 27 with hope.
Take a hope. And in the now heavy rains that have taken over the Briarwood Forest, this ambush spot that had been set up seems even better, as you can just barely see through the rain where they were. And you hear shouts of, "Kingdom ain't welcome here!" as the rocks start rolling. You all dodge out of the way of these rocks as you, Yvain, kind of hurl out twin ice spikes to each side. And either due to the wet conditions or something, it seems to neutralize both sides of this ambush on either hilltop around you. To no more shouts, no more rocks come falling down.
I am sort of use staff to climb back to my feet a little bit. That is a bit stronger than I intended. I think I am kill them all.
Kill them all.
Wow.
That is new experience.
At the very least, you convince them not to continue.
Well,
Or
that's
at least I am convinced them that we are not easy target.
Good job.
Okay. Oh. I am feel heart pounding. Okay.
But that was a success with hope. So, beyond this pass that you're in,
It just went to 6. Is that what you meant to do? Okay.
it goes up.
Oh, okay.
Beyond this pass, that the ambush was set in, you can see again, like the further in you go, the more these trails seem to be converging, and so there's even more signs of traffic here. You can actually even see what looks like cart and wagon wheels in the mud and dirt, although the rain is quickly washing it away. And you can see, as you come through this pass, that the ground suddenly sharply rises up in front of you with these broken, rocky face of a cliff that rises up above you.
Is the eye looking up now?
It is.
We're following the eye.
It's pointed to this cliff face. Up or down is a little harder to figure out, but it's pointing in this direction. And Jax, something about this cliff face reminds you of the Crystal Coast. Whether it's the color of the rock or the formations of them or just the feeling you get. Something about it reminds you of the Crystal Coast. What is that?
There are lots of rocks on the Crystal Coast. Long stretches on the edge of the sea that meet the water and rise up like this, super fast and jagged, and even like hooked at some point like a wave itself. And this looks like it's been hit with ocean water that eroded, crumbled. It's soft and eroded. Yeah, like the
It's more
the
worn and
smooth
smooth than like cracked and jagged.
than you usually find in a mountainous, regular kind of crumbled side of a mountain. It's very soft, and it looks like ocean water hits it over and over and over again. But we're in the woods. Are we in the woods?
You are in the
or are we
woods.
coming out of the woods?
Are we out of the woods? Sorry.
And you can see from where you are now that the traffic that has been coming through here looks to be kind of veering off to the right and kind of getting as best of a look as you can in this dense forest that this mountain cliff rises up out of. It looks like the slope is more gradual over there, so it looks like things and carts and people have taken this easier path up. However, off to the left, you can see this bare, stony cliff face that is, despite being smooth, it has enough kind of crevices and nooks and crannies on it that it does look climbable. Should you be attempting such a feat?
Attempting to attempt such a feat.
Climbing the cliff in the rain.
Is the top of it within far range that I can see?
The top, it would be, you can see the top just barely through the canopy and the falling rain. It looks farther than far, but it is visible. And so just so everyone is kind of aware of the choices. To the right would be the main path, which is probably more likely guarded and watched, and you might encounter someone along it. To the left is this cliff that could be ascended should you choose. So each has dangers involved.
Idea. We tie all of our rope together. I can use my spell, Arcane Door, to get us higher up there, tie off the rope, drop it down. We could use that to climb a little bit so we can get up a little bit further along. It's a little bit safer.
Safe is good. Getting everyone getting there together is good.
It is good for me. I cannot climb this cliff without rope. And
If we wanted to do it this way.
But we could just take the road, right?
There'd be a lot of people on the way that try to kill us. I would rather have a sneak attack option, or be able to survey, or just kill the evil guy, and it's like cutting the head off the snake.
But what if we just took the road in disguise? Yeah. Tried to
how we
like
are today.
seem like a jagged knife, right? I mean, that seems like what most of the people are on the road, right? Those brigands. And couldn't we just, dress like them, walk up the road?
Well, how are we going to dress like them?
How are they dressed in general?
You've kind of seen two types of jagged knife bandits. The first time looked to be like career bandits. Rough
Suits or
cut,
ties.
yeah, all Adidas jumpsuits. Rough cut, worn and ragged clothes and armor. The other side of that coin have been what you have been assuming to be villagers and residents of Glade Hollow and the Briarwood Forest. They look to be more common, like farmers' clothes and just much more common clothing of like villagers and the like. But also at this point becoming dirty and ragged. Most of them don't have a lot of like arms and armor other than like the bits and pieces. The bits and pieces that they picked up or gotten through their new clan of jagged knives.
Don't know.
So they're not wearing like a uniform or anything. They're definitely just a group of outlaws.
Who am I going to feel? This is a fool. This is like a real silk.
I mean, I have rope. We can tie you to me as we climb up. I can probably lift you up.
I am can
The
pull.
halfling.
It is.
Yeah. I'm very strong.
It is. Is my leg. It's
Yes.
not support
I get it.
always, but I am pull weight.
Mm-hmm.
That you're seeing like it's kind of like flex the shoulders a little bit.
Are
Yeah.
they? Not like that.
When you are have this kind of leg, every day is on day. So I am not think it's bad idea to disguise ourselves as jagged knife. I just do not know how we are to do that.
You can get to the top though?
No, I could get us a little bit further along with the rope. If we could all get up to that point, then I could do another door.
Because I can probably do that.
What?
I'll probably climb up, put a rope in there.
Ah,
If we need someone to be able to lift him up, I can climb up. Put a rope, put an anchor in, and I got a hammer.
I just figured magic, but if you want to climb, then do it.
Well, magic might be safer. Maybe we should try magic first.
Once you just magic to the side of a mountain?
Yeah, just be there, right there, and then tie up the rope. We just need to tie our ropes together right now, but
What do you land on?
there's like a little spot right there. I can see like a spot
Okay.
where I'd be able to tie the rope. Right. I'm assuming.
Where you are, right where this kind of split is that you're at, you don't see anything here, but as you guys are kind of contemplating it and walking around looking at the cliff, seeing if there's a good spot to ascend it, you do actually spot maybe a quarter a mile down as you round this cliff, the steep side of this mountain, that there are what look to be pitons in the cliff wall that have been hammered into place previously. It looks like they're old. You don't see any rope attached to any of them, but it looks like someone has attempted this before. They do also look to be rather far apart, as if someone of much greater stature than yourself attempted this and put those pitons in place.
Someone like Zera's size or bigger?
Maybe even bigger than Zero.
Oh.
But definitely on the giant side of things.
Well, the fact that they're so spaced out, trying to hold up someone that is probably also very much heavy, would suggest that they're probably in there pretty good.
Probably.
It's good to make anchor point.
Right.
Well, maybe you go up with the magic and the rope, and you do that thing. You climb up and check the pitons along the way, and then you go, and then I'll follow you. I'm a pretty good climber, but maybe we should just, in case, you know.
I would appreciate.
Yeah.
For clarity's sake, this is a 12 progress. So you're going to start at 0 and you need to get to 13 for all of you to get up the cliff.
Okay.
Cool.
The very similar method of tell me how you're using your skills and abilities to get everyone up this cliff. And I will also say, for those of you at home and those at the table still learning Daggerheart, because you long rested, I got fear out of it, and that fear is what introduced the rain to today,
Great.
making the climb a little bit more difficult than it would have normally been.
Will we
That's
sleep
cute.
with fear?
Anytime you short rest, I get a fear. If you long rest, I get 2 fear. And it's just showing kind of the progress going back and forth of duality of Daggerheart.
Cool.
You're a duality of Daggerheart.
Yeah, you're a duality dagger.
It's an extreme.
Who's the best at tying knots? We need really tight ones for the rope.
Oh.
You ever see her?
I'm pretty
You
naughty.
ever see what she used to do last night?
Well, it was a little
Dexterity.
scary, those knots,
Dexterity.
but
You know, I mean, it's sort of, you're pretty strong, so do you want to tie the knots?
Sure.
Okay.
Very decorative.
They're very pretty knots.
We're running out of rope. We're only on 1 piton.
But I need to do this knot.
It's slowly becoming an octopus.
It's my new macrame project.
You are not supposed to tie them all together in to one center. They're supposed to make longer rope, not 8-limbed octopus goddess of fate.
You weren't specific.
this is one where you do have to like focus on the knot. You can't
Okay.
just let Octavia tell you.
And this is a steep, a long enough climb that even with all of your ropes together, it won't go the whole way, but you can use the rope in your ascent to kind of keep you a little safer. So you are tying knots
Sure.
as you progress up this cliff. I mean, you can offer what role you are making. In general, I would think a knot tying is finesse. But if there's a different...
How about the instinct of what kind of knot to tie to
hold everybody
hold
firmly,
everybody.
but be able to untie when you need it.
Yes, so you
Exactly.
can navigate
That's
the cliffs
important.
best with the best kinds
Yeah,
of knots.
Strong knot.
You can attempt an instinct roll.
Sailor's knot.
And I know you're letting this be on us, but I have my ability, my expertise of let love lead, and this and this is trying to lead my friends to safety, and I would like to use that experience for this role.
And to hope, use your experience.
I really heard live, laugh, love for a minute there. I was like, she's just gonna live,
Let
laugh,
love
love her way up this fucking cliff.
It's kind of her. I mean, she's
And that's right along with the crafts.
yeah. I'm an arts and crafts lady. 6, 9 with hope.
9 with hope. The countdown remains. You do get a hope.
You failed with hope.
I failed with
Failed with hope.
But
Boy.
So you are still at a 1. What would others
But
like?
they work, right? Right? No, I failed. So why not? So sorry, guys.
We'll find out when we die.
Did she not?
She did not.
Not look good. Excellent. And then I'm going to do arcane door to try to get up there and tie off the pigeon, or tie it onto the pigeon and drop the rope down.
And your arcane door is far distance?
Far range.
Okay. Is there a roll associated with
There
it?
sure is.
You can make the roll.
I don't know how to re-roll this because I want to re-roll this.
I don't know if you have a way. But as you're calculating up your answer, you do take a stress on a fail.
All I can think about is the hands on the throat with the
Yeah.
knots, and
Yeah.
it's just
Well, that was a little scary.
yeah.
Why does it have to be raining?
Do not have a way.
Ring.
Oh my god, I hope there's at level 3 I could get a levitation spell.
Ooh.
Very cool.
Yeah,
It's a
real
7
useful at the
with
next
hope.
level.
You gain a hope.
But yeah, that's a fail.
The die remains at a 1. And you look up, trying to spot a ledge that you could teleport up onto. But you just kind of overreach the extent of what the spell can do. So you could attempt to do it again, perhaps after a few other people try other things, as it were.
I
But
would be willing to try it again, but first.
You know, maybe if you maybe tried for that spot up there. You know, I think if there's like, because it's raining, right? So like it's gonna kind of obscure where you're seeing.
Okay, I can kind of see what you're saying.
So you didn't get the...
No, I failed the spell.
With hope!
With hope. But Tulak is giving advice.
Yeah.
I strive to learn things. I suppose I can learn
I
something.
guess I'll
from
listen
her.
to her.
Like she knows about the magic.
Just
want
it's
to
almost about magic.
Scratch her face off, but it's okay.
Yeah, as I'm like girl-splaining to you how to use your magic up there, it just if you put it there, you know, the rain might be a little less impactful.
You're hair splaining, aren't you?
I'm hair-splaining, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Letting the hair do the talking. Somehow it's still perfectly just set in the rain. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I can use some. Maybe what I'm trying to do is deceive her with my confidence so she's more confident in doing it.
Wow.
But I have no idea how to dimension door up there. I feel like I could either do that or maybe I'll just give you a lift to start climbing with the rope. How are you confident in your climbing?
Really just change direction there.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, yeah, maybe y'all. I don't know. Go ahead.
Have you climbed? Have you ever climbed the rock face before? In all these travels and trying to get here, were you climbing up?
Yeah, definitely.
So maybe you should be a little bit more confident about your advice because you know how to climb up a cliffside. You're offering genuine advice. I am just feeling very bitchy right now. I'm sorry, but
It's fine. I mean, you can take it or leave it. It's up to you. You know, I
It is
gave you
helpful
some
advice.
if you want to, try that little magic thing you're doing again, or we just climb. You could just climb.
that spot is probably better. I normally just magic my way up cliff sides, so I get it. I'll aim for that spot.
Yeah, I mean, you try that spot.
Do you?
I don't think there's any roll that I can make off of that, though. So that's why I changed
What are your
direction.
experiences?
I mean, you can literally just try and climb the cliff.
Yeah, except we need her to go, and then him to go, and then I'll go. So I'm trying. I could lift you up, so you could reach that next.
This is progress that you're making, and so you all are climbing this cliff.
Mm-hmm.
It's just as you're doing things, you progress further. So it's not like you have to literally be like, okay, we have to tie into the first piton before we can start climbing,
Yeah.
and then someone has to
Just-
climb to this. You don't have to actually do things in order.
I can drop
Okay,
the rope
You just
down.
do things.
Okay, but if there's 13 things that we need to do to make it to the top, I mean,
12.
if we're skipping the first steps, how do
You
we?
can
But-
lift me.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Great.
Lift me up. Lift me up.
I'll raise you up.
It is a strength
So I
check
can
unless you're
climb
trying to
the
do something
mountain.
else.
Nah, strength check.
Nice. Not nice. Your face says not nice.
And my face is not nice. I did fail with hope.
Wow, this stream is very well titled.
It is a 6 with hope.
You take a hope,
I rolled a 1 and a 2.
Wow.
and fortunately, you have not made very much progress as each of you is kind of slipping and tumbling back off the cliff, not making very much progress so far.
Hook. I don't want to. The last time I did this was but I could power push someone too far range. Again, like I tried to power push you across river. Last time that happened, we are get ambushed and you are almost die.
You do have.
Okay, you want tag team?
I was gonna say you can tag team things if you want to spend 3 hope on it.
Give me the rope.
I
I'm
have a
gonna
lot of
do
hope.
it.
You can spend a hope to help somebody with their roll.
I'll spend 3 hope to tag team.
Okay. So you want me to make the roll,
No.
or
What do we do here? Basically, I'm initiating it, so I spend 3 hope.
okay.
We both describe it. We make separate action rolls, but before resolving the roll's outcome, we choose one of the rolls to apply for both of the results. So we both roll. Whoever does better, that number counts.
Or
essentially.
whoever rolls with hope.
Or right, whichever one we can pick. Essentially, we can pick from our outcomes.
Oh, but you're the one spending the hope.
I'm the one spending the hope, but we can pick from our rolls.
Okay.
And if this was an attack, we would both deal damage, but since it's not, I assume we'll just both have the success or fail outcomes.
I would. I would say you're catapulting someone up into the air,
Yeah.
and then they are going to have to either quickly find a spot to land or just grab on to the cliff itself.
100%, yeah.
So I would say your catapultee probably would want to have high strength.
I was about to say. I know she's down.
But-
I know
but
she's super down.
Feline instincts aren't good enough.
You
Okay.
can use feline instincts to help as well. But I think for this tag team, it would be the catapultee is going to make a strength check, which you could add your feline instincts to, and then you'll be making
Well,
your spellcast roll.
It's an ability. If I use an agility roll, I was going to argue about to be fast acting to.
Yeah, you can do that.
You same to me. Who won't go?
Like you were down. I was just saying.
You guys
I am
look
the
over
strength.
and like
I am the
Yvain
strength,
is
but
like-
you got it.
Yvain's like staff is like crackling and like he's like, who is go? Okay.
I'm a
I'm not that
gambler.
down.
Okay.
Gambler.
And
I'll do it.
okay. So I just slam the staff into the ground and it's like one of those like things.
So you are making an agility roll.
Yes, can I use my gambler experience for this? I feel like it is appropriate.
You don't ask me that. You just say, I'm spending a hope to use my gambler experience.
Then I'm doing that.
Okay, and I'm making a knowledge roll.
Yep.
Right? This is just a spellcasting roll.
Mm-hmm. And then...
Feels like cheating to say solidarity forever because this is a tag team maneuver.
I feel like that sounds a little too.
Okay, cool. We'll just go straight knowledge. No worries.
So you both roll, both add your bonuses, and then decide which of the results you want to use, whether based on the value or the hope or fear.
I rolled 14 with hope. What'd you roll?
Oh, that's better. I have a. Oh wait, I have to add everything.
Wait, we're picking one of these, right?
Yes.
I have a 4 to add to whoever.
Lovely.
That's how I use this, right?
Think so. And then you can spend
that
3
was
hopes to roll
14
another one.
total?
Yeah, I have 14 with hope. What do you have?
I'm
Aid
gonna.
yourself or an ally within.
I'm gonna
5
re-roll
range.
because we could get better. I have lower than you.
How are you re-rolling?
Feline instincts. And when you make an agility roll, you can mark a stress and re-roll your hope die.
Okay, so mark a stress, re-roll your hope, keep the fear.
Oh, now it's worse. We should go with yours.
Okay. Are we adding a 4?
18?
18. 18 with hope.
18 with hope is a, take a hope,
Lovely.
is a success with hope, which brings you up 2.
Nice.
Great.
The ascent has begun!
Finally!
Oh. And you take a d10 plus 2 magic damage.
Every time.
As you
No pain, no
and then
gain.
king, cling on to this, you're Garfield now, clinging on to the side of this cliff
Never,
with a bit of rope dangling off your belt.
just so alive right now.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, you take, Oh, wait, no, shit. Sorry, that was a lot.
Oh no.
I didn't see
Yeah, maybe
that
I
I was
should
using
use
my
this for
proficiency.
your damage.
I mean, can I
like-
not do damage when I do the spell, or do we...
Last.
I'll say on a success with hope, you do half damage.
Okay.
I love how we're making this a utility spell when it's a really not designed for it, but it's so
Like,
good.
she can literally teleport, but you're choosing to thunder wave her up the cliff.
It's so good.
Okay, so, yeah, so I just won't roll the second dice then. And, we'll say, yeah, 12 magic damage.
Wow.
Sorry.
That's.
Ah!
Wait.
You got your armor.
If it's armor, it takes how much off of it again?
Whatever your armor score is.
Armor should be 4 or something like that.
What's your armor score?
My armor is.
Says it right there.
3.
Right next to your evasion.
I know, I was just double checking. It's 3.
So if you spend 4 armor slots, you take nothing. If you spend 3, you're taking 3 damage, which I'm assuming is a minor.
Mm-hmm.
If you spend 2, you're taking 6 damage. I don't know if that's minor or major.
Okay, so 3 armor slots, taking that.
To 1 hit point.
Don't forget that calculate damage button is pretty helpful.
I forgot.
And also remember, as was pointed out, it's easier to heal armor than to heal death.
That is true.
So even though it's only 1 hit point, you only got 5 of them. So every 1 hit point can matter.
Well,
I have 6 because death sucks.
You have begun the ascent.
Oh god, I am Kilsuni. Oh no, she's okay.
Rope is being tied off above as you all start climbing up the slippery cliffside with its almost wave-formed, rocky, rolling features to it.
So this is a make stuff up to make things happen.
Game,
As
in
we,
general.
so as we're ascending, I know, I'm just, as we're ascending,
7 years, she finally gets it.
it's all just made up.
It's real.
None of it's real. As we're making our way up the rope, we see the lightning and thunder, lightning.
Wow.
Damn.
I did.
Lightning strikes the rock, top of the mountain, as the rock and comes falling down towards us.
Scary.
And I take my axe and I go wham on a rock that comes flying towards us. Save my friends.
Okay.
Fearlessly and with strength.
So you're making like an attack with your axe on the rock?
Yeah,
or-
I'm trying to smash the rock that comes flying towards me and to luck.
deflect it away from your friends.
Yes, to fearlessly save my friends.
Make your roll.
Cool. I use a hope for fearless.
Okay. Spend them hope.
Ooh, 15 plus 6.
21.
Yes. With hope.
Take a hope. Success with hope brings you to 5. Nearly halfway there as you start to look down and see the drop below you. The rain continues to slick down these smooth rocks, hoping that each of your hand and footholds keeps under your weight.
Wait, we went to when we did our thing that moved it to 2.
Yeah, success with hope knocks it up 2. So you're at 3, then 5.
But we did a tag team thing,
Mm-hmm.
so doesn't that knock it up more?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
The tick-ups are based on success with hope, critical success with fear.
only reason I'm asking is because if it was an attack roll, we would both roll damage for it. So it feels like for like kind of an ability check. Doesn't it like don't we make more progress for doing a tag team thing?
If you're preparing something for your rest, you do tick it up an extra if you do it with another person. So like you would you would get a hope if you prepare by yourself. Each person gets 2 hope if you do it with someone.
That's a whole different thing.
If you
But
work
I
with-
will mark it as a critical success.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
So you are halfway up the cliff.
making up our own rules.
As we go.
At this point, Suni, you do feel like the range of your teleportation could almost get you all the way to the top.
I'll try to do that. I wait until everyone's in a position where
They
I can
each
get
high
the rope.
off where they're at. You take the rest of the rope.
And I try to make it to the top.
So I am just going to say, so you're aware of the risks involved. Currently, with people using the pitons, they do not fall all the way. So you do not lose as much progress and you don't take as much damage should you fail a roll. Teleporting is going to take you out of the piton's safety. So should you fail or succeed with fear, or fail with fear, the risk will be greater, but the reward is also greater as you will make a lot of progress to the top. So I just want you aware of the cost-benefit analysis as you make this choice. What are the odds you fail again, though?
Can I help her with this by kind of bracing myself securely on a piton so that you can just focus on, as I'm pointing out which one, where in the rock, to teleport to, just trying to give you more safety and security and like shelter from the store. I don't know, maybe I'm like blocking the rain with my shell.
What if?
Would you take it off and
No, I don't know why I'm doing this, but but I'm doing this.
let me angle my hair this way so the wind blows the rain out of your eyes?
Good luck.
But like if you could though.
If I go try to make it right above you, and something goes wrong,
Catch me.
catch me.
You got it.
That is also, if you fall, the next action can be to try and catch you.
Okay, well then I'll try to do it as an action, but I won't need to.
You can also spend a hope to help.
Well, I will spend a hope to help as I'm helping her focus
Find a good spot.
on her
focus
location and avoid the environmental effects that are.
So you are rolling a d6 advantage, which will be added to your spellcast roll.
3.
Three. I succeeded with fear.
With fear. So that only goes up by 1. And you land, and actually the spot that you had picked out to get to stood out to you because coming out of a crack in this smooth rock wall is this kind of twisted, stunted tree that just kind of grew straight out of the cliff wall and then started bending its way up. So it makes this shelf piece that you land upon there and quickly secure yourself as you land. However, with fear, you notice that up in this tree, which is not quite as stunted as you had thought from below, there is a massive nest of a bird of immense size. And you can hear within the nest the deep bass cheeping. Cheep, 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 cheep. Baby.
Birds of immense size.
Immense
Do
baby
they
birds.
sound demonic to me?
Don't sound demonic
Just
to
immense.
you, but they do sound quite large.
Just middle-aged baby birds.
You know,
Cheep, cheep, cheep,
ever
cheep.
since I started joining this group, I seem to find myself ahead of the group in really dangerous situations.
It goes
Leave
with
it to the
being
cat.
It goes with being
Weird.
a cat person.
Goes with being a cat person.
Yep.
It's like you just spent the last 7 years wanting to do that.
Okay, everybody, come up here very quickly.
But your progress is up to a 7. Where you're at now, you do find a spot to tie the rope and then dangle it down to the others.
I will use telepathy to ping pong all of you and tell you that there are giant baby birds up here and it might be dangerous. The mother might come, who knows? Just be prepared.
I'll try to double time climb to get to Suni.
Okay.
Double time climb.
What sort of roll are you making for a double time climb?
I feel like climbing is still strength, right? And running is strength. So a strength thing. And using my experience of being a protector to try to get there.
Spend a hope. Use the experience.
Uh, 17, 20 with fear.
20 with fear. It does tick up again to 8.
Also, I feel like I shouldn't ask, but when we roll with fear, does your counter pick up?
I've been using the fear.
Oh, go.
So like on that one, I use the fear for this
Right
bird's
away.
nest.
Okay, great.
On this one, as you're
I like really
quickly
hesitant to ask
scrambling up,
Sometimes
starting
birds
to
don't wanna
gain
know.
confidence, and one of the handholds you have does crack under your weight. you begin to plummet towards the ground. Someone can use their action right now to try and stop this descent, or
Yeah, I reach out with my hammer to no, I don't do that.
Smash!
I
See ya,
her-
traitor!
For her to grab on, but I need to grab her, so I will just reach out with my hand and I'll try to grab her anywhere I can, like hair, arm, leg, tunic, shell, whatever I can
not
grab.
Going anywhere? That's fine.
We'll find out if it's a wig. To grapple her
make a strength roll.
fearlessly.
I assume that's what you're trying to do.
Yep.
And you're using an experience.
Yep.
Use a hope.
Oh God.
Actually, we didn't
Oh wait,
roll that one.
hang on. I'm so sorry. I rolled the second one and it knocked into the other one, so I'm just gonna redo it.
Okay.
Okay. I'm rolling into a bowl, so it's not. Okay. 16 plus 6 is 22. With fear, with hope. Hope.
Take a hope.
Hope.
Oh!
Oh.
You succeed with hope.
I feel like that's what the birds are saying.
Bringing you to 10, very close to the top at this point, and stopping Tulok from falling, which both would have ticked your die down by 2, and also would have meant you would have taken 24 physical damage from the
Gross.
fall.
Thank you.
Oh no!
Oh, jeez.
Did I grab your hair? Are you wearing a wig? And I grabbed your arm. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I was like, I mean,
You're up.
I grabbed your arm.
if you did grab my hair,
You're up.
I
Yeah.
didn't. I grabbed your arm.
You are very close to the top at this point.
Could I, as looking up and seeing that pit and fall out, could I kind of?
It wasn't a pit, it was actually a piece of the rock crumbled away.
Oh, even better then. Could I kind of try to visualize and analyze the safest route up this cliff from this point?
You can do whatever you like. You just tell me what roll you're making.
Great, I would love to make a knowledge roll.
Okay?
As I
Analyze the safest.
yeah,
route.
sort of like you're like, okay, well, there's fractures there. The shape of the rock here. There's a sandstone. Carson's way this way. Oh, wait. Critted.
Oh?
I critted.
Hey.
Double ones. That was very.
Hey.
I saw
That
the one person like, oh no, and I looked at the other one, I was like, oh no. Oh wait.
Snake eyes.
Yeah.
A critical success brings you up by 3, completing the climb.
whoa.
We just
In
been waiting for you this
addition-
whole time.
I just knowledge.
We
I just
needed
had
you
to.
to
I just had to
actually
acknowledge it.
investigate
Yeah.
this, yeah.
I just had to acknowledge it.
In
Someone needs to
addition,
think.
as you are picking out this path and the others kind of just start following along, taking your lead as to how to navigate up this, you spot a sign in the rocky formation of this cliff that leads you to believe if you come off of the path of the pitons, it looks like there should be an opening in the cliff face, not far from the top itself. So you guide the group over to this opening, and you can see this kind of ledge on the cliff.
Somebody can help me over the last bit.
With a
Placebo.
cave leading into the darkness. And just as you all get to this ledge and start heading into this cave, you do hear the crying shriek of a massive winged form coming to check on her little fledglings in their nest. So you just see Mama Eagle coming back, and her wingspan is a good 40 feet across. Can just see her plucking you off the cliff and dropping you down below, but you have made it to the safety of this cave, seemingly leaving her unaware of any supposed threat to her nestlings. And you can see that the cave leads further into this cliff face, and there looks to be a light down the cave mouth. You also noticed, as you were nearing the top, what looked at first to just be more of these brambles and briars of the briarwood, almost making a crown at the top of the cliff. But the closer that you got, the more it looked like the more intentionally grown bramble walls of Glade Hollow. It looks like there's another sort of stronghold or settlement
At the top.
at the top, and where you found this cave is actually coming in underneath that point.
It's like a sewer. Does it stink?
Doesn't stink like a sewer.
Are there
Um,
a stone floor, got tracks?
It is a stone floor. You don't see any tracks here at the entrance where you
It's
are.
not a worn pathway or anything?
And it seems to be sort of natural rock formation. But as you find the safety of this cave on the cliff, stopping your descent towards the very top, you see a soft, flickering, warm light further down the cave mouth there. We will take a break here. For those of you at home, we'll be back in 15 minutes. We're going to use the restroom, get some water, do all the biological necessities. We'll see you when we come back. Welcome back, everybody! Don't ask about what everyone was just talking about. We love Legend of Vox Machina.
Ew.
Ew.
So, you all have successfully ascended the cliff leading to the aptly named Clifftop. You saw what looked to be some sort of a settlement or stronghold at the very top, but have found your way through a critical success into this small crack in the cliff wall that seems to lead further in, and what seems to be a soft flickering light up ahead.
Ooh, very fateful.
These look like fire.
Could be fire, like a torch or something.
Anyone try to hear voices or?
From here, you don't hear anything. There's still a lot of the rain and wind and thunder outside, kind of echoing around in the entrance here where you are.
Ah, we should probably look and see if there's traps here.
Oh, yeah. But then I want to sneak ahead very quietly and try to listen.
Okay.
Always think you're the person.
I can walk so carefully. You people all clamber around. I lived in a place where there are giant worms that will kill you if you do not walk very carefully.
Just
Wow.
do not go rushing off into any danger like stupid idea person.
Whatever. I told you about the
Who would
giant
do that?
birds. We didn't have to kill giant birds.
Are we still like telepathy to you? Or is that just like you know, you can sort of make a telepathic communication, but that doesn't last?
This connection does last until you use a spell to connect with another creature. I kind of did it with each of you, so I don't know. I could still be attached to one of your
Where did we
brains.
do it last?
Jax.
And you're talking to Jax in your head. If you want, I guess.
This whole time.
Sup? How you doing? How you feeling?
You doing?
So what would you all like to do?
I think we're making our way down the corridor.
Checking for
Checking
traps.
for traps.
Checking for traps and sneaking ahead.
Who is checking for traps?
I don't even know what that would be. Instincts?
I can make an instinct roll.
Yeah,
Okay.
instincts perceiving.
Unless you are particularly good at it.
No.
Okay.
Not
No
particularly.
roll required. You do not spot anything that looks to be a trap.
Don't spot
However-
anything that looks to be traps.
You do see what seems to be a very ominous warning a little further down in the cave. What do you spot?
A body. but like it's old, shriveled, withered.
Skeleton.
Not quite a skeleton, but close. It's like, I would say maybe like there are like enough shreds of rotting flesh to sort of make it look like a body from a distance, but as you get closer, you can see that there are like bones poking out. But it's wearing armor. There's a broken sword and a shattered shield in either hand, and it's just sort of slumped against the wall of the tunnel.
Cool.
Well,
We are not first people to come this way, I think. But maybe we will do better than last people to come this way.
Well, time to see how many people are ahead. I carefully walk, try to stay silent, and listen.
You creep forward up this cave. The steady drip drip of the rain collecting and gathering down in this subterranean crevice. Get closer and closer to this light, and you can see that the crack that you're in kind of takes a zig and a zag as it narrows down, almost obscuring its view from what is ahead. And you do start to hear voices speaking quietly as you approach. And you can kind of see as you get to that last bend in the corner before you kind of break cover, that there is what looks like opens into a larger cave, that there is a hole out in this cave with a rope ladder kind of hanging down off of it. The voices you hear, however, are coming from up a set of stairs that have been built into this cave with a closed trap door at the top of it.
Can I pick apart how many voices?
You can hear two distinct voices. One, a more gruff, masculine voice, and the other, almost like a whispering, feminine voice. The first voice says, "That mage from the kingdom thought she could use our home for their own devices, but we got our own in store for them, don't we?" Second says, "Yes, Trent. She unwittingly gave us Galit, and through him we have united. We will claim the Briarwood. The time's right. Rage and violence fill the land. The kingdom's agents have been a blessing, spreading their violence even further. I can feel it in the air. Feel the rage growing. It's time. Go now, my love. Complete the ritual. Bring Galit through."
While this is all happening, wait a minute.
Is there then the sound
Okay.
of like heavy making out?
So I still have my telepathic bond with Jack. So when I sneak up and I start like seeing stuff, I'm in my head. I'm like explaining the room really quickly, and then listening to those voices, and then kind of repeating that back. So you guys know everything through Jack.
He's in love.
who's in love?
Who's in love?
Trent.
Trent's in love?
Yeah.
But he's so
The-
dirty.
Yeah.
You are not who Trent is?
No, I mean, well, I've heard them talk about him. You told me about Trent.
He is probably very dirty.
Oh.
As you
That's all I got from that guy.
the tail end of that conversation, and relay it back, and you guys kind of discuss what has been relayed. You all hear the creaking of the trap door. Back up a little bit as you hear soft footsteps on the wooden stairs, and then a little the rustling of fabric of what you would assume to be someone climbing down the ladder into the hole.
I think she might be summoning that Kelly thing. Stage whisper.
I'm just whispering into but yeah, I think she's going down there right now. Like, we need to go down this ladder. I'm not sure, but we also were coming here to kill Trent. I'm coming back, and I just start moving back to the group. What are we going to do?
Let's get her so that we can blackmail Trent.
I think we should go get her or stop her because it sounds like they're summoning something very bad.
Wait, what was said was that he said go now, complete the ritual, bring.
Yeah, to summon this thing through this guy.
That does seem like time limited.
Let's get her.
Because she's going
Okay.
right now.
Let's get her.
Let's go quiet.
What is? Look at the eye. Is the eye doing anything?
The eye is still pointing ahead of you.
It's still pointing ahead. It's not really like have much vertical dimension.
Okay.
Let's
So
go.
maybe it'd be going crazy because we found.
Well, as
And
we
kinda-
descend, we could see if it looks down. I guess.
Try and move it around, gauging. And your best guess, it is ahead of you, but you also think it's now below.
I don't think this eye wants to follow lady downward ladder. Interrupt summoning ritual.
They were thinking a kingdom mage, some like lady that came here beforehand.
Is that what they said? I didn't quite catch
Mage
that
from the
part.
village.
Mage from the kingdom, yeah.
Oh,
Mage
kingdom
from
or
the-
village?
Mage from the
Mage
kingdom.
Oh.
Mage singular.
We gave them
Mage
belief.
from the kingdom thought she could use our home.
So
Thought she could use. Was Verlo male or female?
Is Clagus a woman?
Burlo is male.
Verlo is male, as is Plagueis.
So who was
Clagus
the,
is very feminine, so.
You have known many women named Plagueis.
who was the mage that came before?
I don't know.
That
Let's go
gave
get
them
this bitch.
gifts?
Maybe we'll catch her and find out.
But aren't you the mage from the kingdom?
And then there are
I
other
am
king
not she.
He's a man.
and the like
Oh!
kingdom agents spreading whatever evil thing.
Duh. That maybe is us.
Not us, but I don't know. Your kingdom
Okay.
thing seems a little shaky. I just
Time
want to
to-
say it's
time
kind
to
of why our
analyze-
people don't
Time to
want
analyze later. Let's go.
Just saying.
We go back to the room with the rope ladder.
Sneak over and I'll try to grapple her.
We should block.
She's
the
down the
trap door.
ladder.
She's
Yeah, she's down.
descended already.
Yeah.
Should we try
Dang
to
it.
block the
I grapple the ladder.
trap door before we descend? Like put the chair there or something to stop them from coming down.
Sure, do very quickly, whatever.
I look around the room. Is there anything?
It's not much in
Don't
here.
you have a spell that locks things?
Torch in the wall.
I do.
You look in your inventory and remember that you have a lock spell.
This is the relationship. I suggest things and then he remembers things. I have to like have a real like big effort to recall things. It's not the best.
Amen.
So, runic lock.
Yeah, spend anything for that, make any rolls, you just do it.
No, I just
Bless you.
make the rune.
I thought it was a
and
crack.
as I draw it, I think, okay, only all of my team can open up this door. Two lock. Yeah, no, all of team. No one else.
You think to yourself, one lock, two lock.
And then the spell can be broken by somebody with magic and an hour of time to study it.
Nice.
What does your rune look like?
Haired angel.
Almost. Oh, I kind of want
It's
to do
not.
that.
I got like 5 more.
But no, it's a big middle finger.
Okay.
Nice.
You go over quietly. How long does the lock take to cast? Is it just an instant?
You can you infuse a rune upon an object you are touching that can close, and it will lock the object from being opened by anyone besides. There's no time thing, so I just assume that it was
Okay.
just that's it.
As you
But it
go
takes an hour
over,
for somebody else to like figure it
With
out.
magic,
Yeah.
I mean, they could probably hatchet it open if they really.
as you go over and sketch the middle finger flipping off the room, you hear the same gruff voice. Seems a little bit further away, but you're closer to the trapdoor now. Kind of shouting out, "Keep an eye out! Those agents of the kingdom are in the Briarwood somewhere."
It's us.
Yeah.
It's
He's
us.
an idiot, and he knows nothing. Descend the ladder.
As you head to this hole in the cave floor, there is your hair kind of stands on end. There's an energy to the air here, and you can feel this sense of fury and rage building up in you stronger and stronger as you draw towards this hole. Looking down, you can see a pulse of this rainbow shifting light, almost like breath ebbing and flowing in and out. You all climb down the rope ladder.
I have to sort of like climb up, all the way down.
Very quietly, I'm sure.
I am cursing a little bit under my breath.
As
Does Twitch have rules about cursing?
Do what?
Does Twitch have rules about cursing?
I hope not.
Great.
perfect.
Shit, fuck, damn, damn.
I think the rules like don't do it right in the beginning of like 10 seconds of the stream. I don't know.
Well, by this time,
Start
everybody
a
can
But at
go,
15
guys,
seconds, you can play the
foul
penis
mouth,
game.
goddamn cocksucker motherfuckers.
I will say for YouTube,
Yeah.
they do a whole list of like, what is this video about? Is there a lot of cursing? Because advertisers want to know.
Yeah.
You all descend down this ladder deeper into this cave, and Yvain, you can almost feel a resonating pulse to this light coming from the amulet. Once all four of you are in this lower section, you can hear chanting.
Never a good sign.
The chamber you have descended down to kind of stretches out in front of you to where this light seems to be coming from. But the voices seem very focused and intent, too much so to have noticed anybody climbing down this ladder.
So we're in a kind of anteroom chamber, and then there's like a tunnel to a bear chamber.
Mm-hmm.
About how long is the tunnel?
Close range.
Question.
Uh,
Does any of your magic do like really loud noises? Enough to startle, say, a whole entire group of crazy cultic people?
Yeah, how many
Does
voices does it?
prestidigitation do that? Or is it only
could make
visual
prestidigitation.
effects?
It's hard to tell.
sound
They're
like a
all kind of
ladder.
like
Would it
chanting
make a
in
loud
unison, so it's hard to pick out
I think
how
it-
many exactly.
This doesn't say it, but
Yeah, if we
Definitely more than one.
maybe if we work together, we can make a big thunderous noise.
Oh, and like put a bunch of lights out there.
I don't know. I feel like a thunderous noise enough will make someone jump, and then they don't do a weird chant.
I mean,
stick
I
a
feel
light
I see
bulb
where
in
you were
someone's
going with this,
eyeball.
but I am thinking
Or are they
maybe
just-
it is
is this
better
like
idea
nonsense,
to
like,
quietly get
Hiya,
close.
hiya,
and
hiya,
then
It's
hiya.
too.
Killed.
You're a little too far away to make
But
it
what
out.
if
We've
You're
it-
getting
mentioned
so much
what if they
echo and
have so much
reverberation.
conviction
It's hard to make out
to
from
stab
this
one
distance.
of them, the others are
If
going
you wanted
to
to
just
get
keep
closer,
chanting
though,
faster to get it done
you could.
before they all get killed.
I am think that if they are keep chanting when being stabbed, they would also keep chanting with thunderclap.
But it might be enough to disrupt them. Oh, well, I don't know.
Also, I cannot make
I
thunderclap.
mean, can't we put prestidigitation?
Could probably make a.
You're not thinking violently enough yet.
I am
I'm thinking
suggesting we
violently
kill
enough to
them.
run in there and just break them up.
Same.
Well,
Break 'em up.
look.
Let's go.
I wanted to do stab, but I also wanted to do dramatic thunderclap, spook them,
You can-
and also stab.
Do the
Give
thunderclap
us a
while we
round
run
of
up.
applause on the way in there.
Yep. I got my hammer out, my shield out. Let's go. Let's go stop this motherfucker.
I am thinking good Jake says right idea.
I don't know who this Glee is, but it sounds like we don't want them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I run in fearlessly.
I was going to say we sneak up to entrance, but okay, I guess I will be back
And
here
I
working
will
up.
attempt to do thunder.
Are we down?
Thunderclap behind Jax and see what happens.
How you are make thunderclap?
I'm gonna try.
Okay.
Okay.
It's harmless. It doesn't hurt anybody. Should work.
So you two are charging
Yes.
down the tunnel. You two are coming in behind.
Slowly.
I'm unstoppable.
You
I
charge
don't know what's
down,
I
and
got
the voices.
fortune in my place.
The voices grow louder, becoming a little more distinct. It does, to some extent, seem like they're kind of chanting some gibberish, but it seems to have meaning to them. And you see, as you enter this larger cavernous chamber, there are 6 individuals. You would guess would be more of these jagged knife bandits. Although they have what looks like a triangle crudely carved into their foreheads.
Like the amulet with the eye.
I mean, that is also a triangle.
Valid. There's a third, triangle, forehead, third
Yeah.
eye.
They just have a triangle. There's nothing inside of it, but it is very crudely kind of carved in. Some of them still have dried blood kind of flaking down and over their brows. Near the center of the room, with a glowing sigil on the floor beneath them, is this slight woman in a blood red robe. Her head is down with the cowl over, but you can see her kind of gesturing over the sigil there. And she is also chanting, but you can make out a little more of her. You catch the name Galit. You catch, "Fill us with your rage. Enter to the other side and lead us to dominion over the land." You can also see just behind her is what looks like a massive tear in reality. A rift in time and space. Its edges almost kind of wavering like torn cloth. And there is this prismatic pulsing of color and light, both in this rift and coming out of it, lighting the chamber around it. Suni,
Wait, so was going to do thunder, but had a moment of clarity and realizing that making a potentially really loud noise could alert the people upstairs, and then that would be horrible. And she came very close to dying recently, so she wants to avoid that. So instead, it is going to be child's laughter that fills them.
But as you begin, as you kind of take in this whole scene, you're scanning around looking for threats. You're beginning to. What are you using to make a child's laughter?
Prestidigitation.
As you begin to
Like
summon
not creepy, but
the
actually
sounds,
like you guys
any
are all
children's
idiots.
laughter is
It's creepy.
Yeah.
You begin to summon the sound of children laughing. Something catches your eye. This rift in space, beneath it looks to be a metallic device of some kind, with gears and arms around and over it. It looks like a number of different pieces, contraptions, all brought together into this singular device. And at the heart of all of it, in this device, beneath the rift, is a book.
Motherfuckers!
A book that you immediately recognize as one written by your people, or at least of the same style. What is it about this book that even from across the room, you immediately recognize it as one of the books of your people?
It is laid out, and
Flaps like dog ears.
the words on the are kind of coming off the page a little bit, and like a wave sort of. But every book has sort of a different wave of how the words move, and to go into that world, you stare at it and you kind of work with the wave to go in. So she recognizes that.
Anything about the binding or the paper that particularly stands out to you?
The ink has a slight shimmer to it, like a bluish black. And every outside, every binding is a little bit different. Every book has a different look to it. Can kind of almost judge a book by its cover that way. But they're always like very carefully made to try to fit the personality of the world inside.
And as you spot this book, you spot this device that it has been nested inside of, you can very obviously see that the book itself has been destroyed and whatever function this device had. And your mind is immediately led to this rift that somehow the power of the book has been used to open this rift here in this cavern. The device seems very complicated. In the book, you have no idea how it would end up here, so far from home. But you definitely don't think that these bandits would be capable of something like this. And in fact, the book and device don't seem to be a part of their ritual at all. It is just there, present, and they are doing their own thing through the rest of this chamber.
So it's actively creating this rift, but they're interacting with the rift. So like call for
Or
it.
it's like powering the rift, but the specific magic of the book is not doing anything besides kind of creating like raw power.
Without getting closer, you're not sure. But your instincts, because you have the most knowledge of these books, is that the device used this book and destroyed it in the process, opening this rift, whatever it is. The Jagged Knife crew and their ritual don't seem to have much focus on that device or the book itself. It is just a part of the scenery to them. However, this rift draws all of your eyes. You've never seen anything like it. The final thing I will say, as this scene unfolds before you, is Suni and Yavain, you both feel an intensity you hadn't noticed before. You feel the knowledge and power you have been given access to is almost easier to grab. It can be channeled more intensely. In this chamber, near this rift, you both have a +1 bonus to your spellcast rolls when you make them.
And we assume that any enemy casters probably do as well.
I would
You
assume.
can assume
One
that.
might imagine that.
But all of this in a moment, in an instant, as you're charging in, this all kind of unfolds before you. All these feelings and sights and sounds, all unraveling themselves in your mind's eye, charging down this tunnel. As you approach, I don't know if you're yelling and screaming as well, but at the very least your footsteps and the kind of clank and jingle of your armor does draw the attention of a couple of these. And you're, even with the present information, you are making the child's laughter. Or are you a little distracted now?
I'm a little distracted now.
You kind of miss the cue of this instant. As the two of you get to this opening where it opens up in front of you. Two of the two closest individuals do both kind of turn as they hear you running down. You see one of them is a human man with a close-cropped beard, but a scar kind of running through one side of his face where no hair is kind of growing in this jagged line. The other is a blue-skinned and Ferris woman with curling horns looping back around her ears. They both turn.
Does she look damp?
Damn.
She looked damp?
Yeah, from
Like
the river.
maybe we saw her
Oh.
in the river.
4 days
It does look like the same woman.
with a triangle in her
She
forehead.
has
now.
dried off, but she does have a triangle carved into her forehead now.
Oh, boy.
And in this moment, they spot or hear you and then turn to see you running down the tunnel towards them and look to be ready to shout warning to the rest of the room.
Can you grapple well, right?
What?
Can you grapple well?
I could, yeah. Yeah.
You strong?
I'm strong.
I just want to check in with everybody. It is 8:30. This might be an
big battle.
involved combat of stopping this ritual. And to be honest, I was not expecting the critical success that allowed you to bypass the combat I did have planned.
Oh,
for
the
tonight.
bird.
Not the bird. I
Oh.
did have the bird planned
You thought
too,
we were
but
going up to the top of the.
but getting in through the stronghold was going to be its own endeavor. But
Right.
the critical success, you passed that by entirely. So we can do it theater of the mind, but it probably will either go late or be broken up. So I leave it up to you guys.
I want to see a map.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
put
the
it
maps
on
are
pause
cool.
then,
Yeah.
because I want the
Yeah.
combat.
Yeah.
And this is a big moment, so the map
It's
will
gonna be a
definitely add to
cool one
it.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And take some work off of me that I
Yeah.
don't have to keep explaining where things are at
And
and
that
where
way, like,
everything
it's
is.
fresh. I feel like you can focus more because it's earlier in the night.
Perfect. So, sorry for a little bit of a shorter second half, those of you watching at home, but we want to give the best experience to this big, dramatic combat of the Summoning of Galit, which will take place next week, Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Come join us for the big climactic battle of the Summoning of Galit and what our heroes possibly
These people in this weird game.
these protagonists will do about
Remains to be seen.
the situation. Thank you all again for the follows and coming to watch us live or even watching us on the replays. We've hit our 50 followers that we need for affiliate status, so hopefully that has checked all the boxes we're waiting to see. But in celebration, I will definitely get, at the very least, the first episode of this campaign uploaded onto YouTube. Anybody that hasn't been with us since the beginning, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your mailman, tell the milkman, tell them all to come check us out on YouTube so they can get caught up and start catching us live with all the rest of you. Thanks again for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other.
Go find